Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream. I got the day at the start of the stream wrong yesterday. I can read the cards, but I can't read the day. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Friday if you are in the Southern Hemisphere and in the future. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's well. Thank you all for hanging out with me on my last stream as well. I appreciate you all. Thank you. So, hello, Laura. Hello, Rex Tech, Linda, Nicola, Gail, Jackie, Julia, ML Bullock, Vicky, Mickey Tinker, Nicola Clark. Hello, everybody. Sharon, how are you all doing? Gillian, Katie, Teresa, hello, lovely. Iona, Claire, Whimsy, Lady Margaret, Catherine, Jackie, Iona, Florence, hello, Trouble. Sue, how you doing? Moya, hello, Trouble. Are we all good? Are we all really, really good? Hello, Rosie, how you doing? Youngest grandies came to see you. Oh, 3 going on 33. Sounds like a handful. Hello, Sylvie. The Christmas cards. I'm really glad they arrived. Thank goodness they were posted a while back. It takes absolutely forever, but the Kiwis got them before Christmas. So it's wild that they're getting there that late, but I'm glad they've got there. They got there in the end. Hello, Dax. Who else have we got? Silver Soul, hello. How are you doing? You've got quite bad anxiety. Oh, Silver Soul, I'm sorry about that. Much love to you. Anxiety is really horrible. It's such a horrible, horrible thing. I hope you feel a bit better with these readings. Who else? We've got Claire's here. Nicola's here. CAQ, hello. Muia. I can't. Hello. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Maxine. Wendy. Oh, Raven is here. Hello, Raven, love. How are you doing? Sandy Link, hello. Who else have we got? Joe, hello. Hello, Joe. Sandra, good evening. Rosie, hello. Hello, Rosie. It's just me. Hello, it's just me. Who else we got? Rose Petals, hello. Iona is here. Prima 1942, hello, lovely. Kelly, hello. Rainy Leafland. Bless you, man. Kathleen, hello, lovely. Kat, hello. Happy Thursday. It is. I've got the date right today. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la is here. Hello. Hello, ooh la la. Acme, hi from Indiana. How are you doing in Indiana, Acme? Is everything good in Indy? Let's have a look. Sherry, you just watched Lady C. Oh, I haven't watched Lady C yet. I haven't seen her. Just I've gotten snow coming in, Gale. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness. Hello, Adele. How are you doing? You've just about recharged. You are VIP post in New Zealand. You are. So many issues in countries in crisis. It's getting harder to find any good news. It's yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot happening, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Who else has had sunshine in the UK today? I don't think we have. But like I say, we've still got the Dudonic plague I forgot. Hang on. I've got this. I saw a meme on Twitter. I'll tell you the names that it's been called. Hello, Lady of the Lake. How you doing, lovely? Leslie, hello. Vanilla Talons, hello from Cape Town. Bless you. Hello, Vanilla Talons. How are you doing? Sean Wanna, hello. Let's see if I missed anyone. Hiya, Sharon. Give me a kick if I've missed anyone. Will I be including Ireland in your reading tonight? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's just not on the thumbnail. I'm going to be doing England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? You've just woken up. Let's have a look. Hi, Elaine. Tracy, hello. Ah, okay. I think I've got to the bottom. So, some good news from bad this morning. A young 12-year-old disappeared after a row with someone at 7 p.m. last night. Huge search for him. Update: he had early lunch. He'd been found. Oh, that's good. That is really good news. See, there are good things happening at some points in the universe. Sometimes. Anyway, I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's good. We are going to be doing the politics tonight. We look at the country's energy by looking at the politicians, shall we say, and it's not a reflection of the people in that country. Sometimes you don't get the people you vote for, and it's just what it is. Especially if you're in the UK. I think there was, for Homes Are Useless in Scotland, I think there was a party vote, like a members of the SNP, but it wasn't put out to the general public. So technically it was just the party. So tiny minority of people who voted for him to be leader of the SNP up in Scotland. Scotland will be short and scoop then. Hello, Vicky, love. How are you doing? So yeah, we're going to start off with England, I think, and then we do Scotland. No, and we might do Northern Ireland, Scotland, and then Wales, and then it's just going alphabetically rather than going any other way. It's just England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales. It just keeps it, and then we do the Republic of Ireland as well. So I have got some major players for England and Scotland, and I've got some the name of Mark Drakeford. I know he's not going to be around in Wales much longer. I have got this woman from Sinn Féin for Northern Ireland, Michelle O'Neill, and Leo Varadkar for the Republic of Ireland as well. England's got a huge population compared to the rest of the UK. For example, I know Republic of Ireland's not in the UK, but I think the population of Wales is smaller than the population of London. I could be wrong on that. Somebody, Tripford, sorry. Hello, sorry, darling. Dripford. Homes Are Useless and Mark Dripford. Oh, thank you for those sleep healing videos. I'm glad you like them. I've made like a little playlist of them. I've got some Reiki playlist as well. Sturgeon has gone and Drakeford has stepped down. Yeah, Drakeford's not going till March though. Hello, DB. How are you doing? He's definitely a drip. Isn't he the one who's introduced 20 miles an hour speed limits for all roads unless not stated in Wales? Isn't that dude? How will the Reform Party do? We've got the Reform Party, Richard Tice's name down as well. He is a Virgo. I've got Nigel Farage down. I've got Suella Braverman, Angela Rayner, Kemi Badenoch. For people who might have interesting on the public psyche, I've got Piers Morgan, who's an Aries, Hugh Edwards, who's a Leo. Remember him? Well, you never know. You might hear from him in 2024. We'll have a look. Justin Welby, who's a Capricorn, he's the Archbishop of Canterbury, and Tony Blair. Now, and I've got Bojo and Corbyn. They're both Gemini. Speaking of Tony Blair, the Epstein files have just launched as well. Not just launched. So basically, the list, it's not like his little black book. It is it's depositions from a lawsuit. I think it was the Ghislaine Maxwell one, possibly. I could be getting that wrong. I don't mean to. I was surprised by Cameron Diaz and Kate Blanchett being on there. I didn't think they would be on there. Hang on, let me set fire to Johnny Thompson. She says, oh dear. But apparently those names have been out for a while. I didn't know that. New to me. Not unless they've been rumoured for a while and haven't been officially published. Hey, Sangita. So yeah. So yes. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot to do. So, like I say, we're going to start off with England. So, people to look out for in England. We have, of course, a couple of big players here. We have got Starmer, Keir Starmer, who's a Virgo, Sunak, who's a Taurus, Sadiq Khan, who's the Mayor of London, who's a Libra, Ed Davey, who's a leader of a political party, who's Capricorn, Richard Tice is Virgo, Nigel Farage is an Aries, Suella Braverman, who was a Home Secretary, got booted out, who's an Aries, Angela Rayner, who's the deputy leader of the opposition, so Keir Starmer's second in command. She's a red-headed lady. She's an Aries. Kemi Badenoch, who is quite a forthright. She's running the leadership elections for the Tories. She's a Capricorn. So there's a few people to keep an eye out for star sign-wise. So let us have a look into England. And let me just shuffle these, squish them around a bit before we begin. Jacob Rees-Mogg. Do you know? I'm pretty sure he was on my radar to put his name down, and I just forgot to do it. Raven and Moya, are you fighting? Are you having a domestic? And then after we go around the houses with all of the countries we're doing today, we're going to have a look at Jane Doe 107. We're going to have a start off the royal reads with Prince Andrew, and then we're going to do a bit more of a nose into how the king is responding to Prince Andrew, and then we're going to try and get some royal predictions for the year. Does this sound like a plan? A pan? A plan? And what star signs Jacob Rees-Mogg? Hello, Leslie, love. Raven's being mean to you, Moya. Oh. Raven, what did she do to you? Raven, how has Moya upset you? So let's have a look. I'm going to start off with England. Now, we might have elections this year, not unless it gets kicked into next week. Hello, Nikki. Is M on the list? We're going to be having a look at who Jane Doe 107 is. It's meant to be somebody who's outside of the US. Hello, Paula, love. How are you doing? Jacob Rees-Mogg is a Gemini. Is he now? That makes sense, actually. You see, I'd have said, oh, Capricorn. Terrible at guessing star signs. But once I know the star sign, I'm like, oh, actually, that makes more sense. You did nothing. Of course you didn't. 29th of May. Okay. Clinton as well. We might have a look at Bill Clinton. But I think Andrew's lawyered up to the hilt. Hello, Sharon. How are you doing? How are you, Janine, as well? Tonight, for once, I am innocent. Uh-huh. Oh, dear. Okay, so let's have a look and see where we're going with the UK. And I might do I'm going to do a spread on Rishi Sunak, and then I'm going to do a spread on Keir Starmer, just because we can, and then we're going to Northern Ireland. Hi, Myra. Thanks for dropping on in. Appreciate that. Hyatt Hotels. Okay. 9 of Cups. It's an interesting start to the year. England celebration. I mean, that could be what's just happened with, like, the big party they have in London, the big parties. But we'll keep going. Here we go. This is a bit more. A bit more like it. A lot of people are still, well, I'll just be going back to work this week. There's a sense of the government feeling like they have got this, like, boon for some reason. But the 4 of Cups seems like they are going to have to listen to some things that they are not feeling very much like listening to. They're receptive, but only because of being forced to. The 8 of Pentacles is in reverse. So something doesn't work with the politicians, the English politicians. Now that can be everything. We have got local councils. So in America you have like states and then counties, don't you? And I don't know if like the state would like be kind of like England, instead we're like a kingdom, and then the county would be like the region. So I'm in Northumberland, so it would be Northumberland County Council, and a lot of the councils are getting money stopped, are going bust, things are not working. I wonder if not working can mean we're going to get a lot more strikes as well. The Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords in reverse. There's going to be some frustrations around legal issues. There's going to be some frustrations around financial issues as well. There's going to be some big promises that are not delivered on with regard finance with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They are going to be telling tall tales and not be able to deliver on their promises. We've got the Strength card coming in. Now, the Strength card can show that there is a force of strength, but it can also relate to a Leo. Let me just have a look at the Leo. Have we got anyone who's a Leo apart from Hugh Edwards? Not necessarily. No, he's the only Leo I think I can see. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. It's going to be a bit of the first half of the year, guys. It's coming out of that Christmas glow, isn't it? Coming back to work, back to it. And it's no good. It's no good. Towards the summer, we might be hearing something about Hugh Edwards. We might be getting told we've got the... Or we might be getting told we need to just kind of buckle up and be strong and defiant through things. But again, there's more reason not to party. I don't think any of these cards have been upright apart from Strength. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so we have got some issues with Pentacles ladies. We have got Kemi Badenoch, who is a conservative politician. Okay. Someone's walking away. The Magician in reverse. This isn't good, guys. The Two of Swords, forced hands, and the Page of Swords. Chatter, gossip, charging on in, making a big show of things. Okay. The Three of Cups is in reverse. The Three of Cups is definitely a time of unease, a time of people not getting on. We're going to have issues within politicians, I mean, that's nothing new, but it's going to be noticeable this year. They've been a bit too much at the buffet table, and everyone's going to see exactly where they're bulging out of their clothes, if you know what I mean. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This can well be a Capricorn or an earth sign woman. The only one I can suggest who is here is, of course, Kemi Badenoch, if we're talking about politicians. We've got the 8 of Cups, which is walking away, making a tough decision and walking away. Is she going to quit? She could well quit. We could have an earth sign woman, potentially from the current government, walking away and quitting. We have the Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse is very kind of like, they say they're going to bring things to the table. They say they're going to bring things out, but they don't. It sounds very on brand for a politician. It sounds very on brand for politicians. We have got the 2 of Swords, which means a decision is going to be made for them. A decision is going to be made for them. So with regards to that, I feel like the general elections already being decided by these guys' actions. And then we have got the Page of Swords upright. And the Page of Swords runs in and makes a bit of drama and is very big on the promises, but probably a bit low on delivering. So whoever this is, don't believe everything you are getting told by some people, because they're not the be all and end all. Now, whether this is Labour, Lib Dems, Reform, whoever it is, they don't come in with an energy of a statesman. They come in and with more of an energy of disruptive point scoring. So they have none of that grace that we like to think our politicians have. And very few do have that kind of grace. So it's a mixed bag this year. A very mixed bag. Let me just have a look, see if there's anything else. The 3 of Cups as well. I wonder if something's going to happen at a festival or a big party. Something of significance then. The Magician in reverse as well, you know. I wonder if there's going to be a big scandal with drugs, or there's going to be a huge thing with drugs this year, like beyond what we normally see. There's going to be something huge with drugs this year. So it's either going to be the politicians, or it is going to be a massive, Europe-wide, well, Britain-wide drugs bust, certainly England. Okay. And there's going to be decision made. There it all starts. Everyone feels great. It's 9 of Cups cards. You know, you're a little bit smug, a little bit overfed. And then down we go. But we have got a Leo. So I wonder if that is Hugh Edwards. I was weird, you know. I was just like, why am I thinking Hugh Edwards? There is a reason, like my spidey sense is thinking Hugh Edwards. I wonder if he's going to try and come back this year. I wonder if he's going to write in a book or something. Okay. Let me do what's his socks? Rishi. How's Rishi's year's gonna go? And then we're gonna look at Keir Starmer, and then we're gonna look at, I don't know, Farage maybe? How does that sound before we move on? Even if Nigel says, are we having a Bojo conversation? You can have a look into Bojo as well. Hello, Big Love. let's have a look and see what's happening for Sunak. Now, interestingly enough, he wouldn't come across as the emperor, even though he's in charge, because we have a head of state who is the king, so he would be the emperor in this setting. He is a Taurus, though, so he could come through as the Hierophant. However, he could more likely come through as the King of Pentacles. Okay, let's have a look. So let's start off Rishi Sunak's 2024. Let's have a look. The world. Okay. He has refocused his mind on the possibilities of what can be of new starts. He's definitely looking beyond our borders at the start of this year. He's definitely re-envisaging himself as maybe he's thinking of where he can go next, what he can do next, maybe when his time comes to be out of office. Or maybe it's something to do with what he's planning to do with his office of Prime Minister. Crossing over the Seven of Wands. Defense. Okay. There's definitely a looking at defense in his agenda straight away. Something's happened. That's interesting. Why is he thinking about looking at defense? Oh, I've got two cards. Fair enough. He's hopeful. He's very hopeful. He wants to shine bright. He wants to be the best in class, but we have got the strength in reverse as well. There's a weakness here. He's got some major things on his mind. The Five of Coins in reverse underneath him. He's worried about, he's concerned about being put out to pasture before he thinks is his time, his prime. There's issues with finances here. And here we have the Hermit, who is a Virgo, who comes crashing on in to cause him some dismay. Starmer's going to be a bone of contention for Mr. Sunak next year. Ten of Cups in reverse. Two of Pentacles, that's very on brand. Judgment card. How's he leaving 2024? Loss of control. Giving and taking, and you've took too much. There's something going on with defense. They can't fund it properly. There's something going on with defense. Like they're not being able to fund it or find the money for it. And there is a definite threat. And he is concerned around this because he wants to make a big noise about it. And he knows it's going to be very damaging to him if this gets out. Seems to me like something happens because Starmer is in the negative in his cards. Starmer comes in and disrupts for Rishi. The Hermit is in reverse. This is Starmer going after Rishi. He's really going to go for it this year. I know Starmer seems very mild-mannered and stuff, but nah. The Judgment card is what he's worried about is being judged. And then there's give and take out of sync there. Oh, Rishi. Let's have a look at Starmer. There's a Virgo. There's going to be a Virgo. It could be Starmer. I'm guessing Starmer's probably the... I mean, it could be Cleverly. It could be Grant Shapps. Grant Shapps is the defense secretary, isn't he? So I wonder if Grant Shapps is going to do something completely stupid. I mean, it's more likely to be Starmer, but sometimes the enemy from within can be the worst thing, can't it? Let's have a look at what's his socks. Let me turn that around. Let me shuffle these back in. What was their socks called? Okay, let's have a look at... Hello, Wise Angel Love. Let's have a look at Starmer. Now, Starmer is a bit of a controversial figure here as well. He's a bit of a numpty, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Let's have a look at Starmer. So the central thing for Starmer this year is what? Death in reverse. I know he looks like the most bland, banal thing on the earth, but this guy is... I mean, if you want to burn everything down, you're nigh on a revolutionary. And the Eight of Pentacles crossing over. There's a link here with the countries. There's somebody's not working, somebody's not doing something. And I don't know whether it's people have been slacking too much off within the Labour Party, because they have been in opposition for a long time now. They're going on over 10 years, isn't it? But he's ready to burn everything down. I wonder if that's something within his party. I wonder if he's going to reshuffle some things. I wonder if Angela Rayner's going to get booted. This guy he's not as bland as he likes to make out. He's going to take a risk this year. Now, that's a kind of good thing, because the risk is in reverse. It's not going to pay off. It's going to be a bigger risk. Mr. Slow and Steady wins the race is kind of going to break out of his little grey suit this year. He wants to move on. He wants to move on. He wants to change the agenda. He wants to keep pushing. Somehow he doesn't feel like he's doing just quite enough. He wants to be secure in knowing that the next election will be his. We have the devil leaving this obsessional... I know he doesn't look like a revolutionary. I know he really doesn't. But he's a kind of a Trojan horse character, is Starmer. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. He is onto them, and the Five of Swords surrounding him. There is something going on with the government and money, and Starmer knows more about it. King of Wands. Okay, this is interesting. He's hopefully he wants to do a deal with somebody, an air sign, And there we have Temperance in reverse as well. He kind of wants to start something new. He wants to kind of like break a few eggs here. He's hoping to go with a fire sign male. I don't mean as in, well, you never know. I mean, but we're talking about politics, aren't we? So Humza Yousaf in Scotland is an Aries, and interestingly enough, that's a fire sign. So he could be wanting to do a deal with the Scots. Labour would need to win Scotland to gain power. They would need the Scottish seats, more Scottish seats. So I wonder if he's going to try and do a deal with Humza Yousaf. Who else have we got? Nigel Farage. I can't see Farage or who else? Suella Braverman doing any deals with him. Braverman's a woman for a start. Piers Morgan. And the worst one is Tony Blair. He wants to be like Tony Blair. I wonder if he wants to get Tony Blair on side a bit more. Let me just finish my Lucozade. Temperance in reverse. He's going to make a mess. Neither of these two men look like they're having the brilliant, most amazing 2024. Neither of them do. Let's see. Let's have a look at Farage, and then we'll move on to Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland's complicated as well. Now, Nigel Farage is a what you call him? He's an Aries as well, so he would come out as Wands or the Emperor. But let's have a look. There's rumours that he might join the Tory party, but I can't tell you. Like, I never thought I'd say this because I dislike them both, but Sunak is probably, they're both equally awful, to be honest, but one is more little just pips Sunak. Let's have a look at Aries. At Nigel Farage's, yeah, because there's all kinds of rumours about Farage, whether he's going to go, and because he's not the leader of the Reform Party, but he's like the honorary president or something. Richard Tice is the leader of the Reform Party. Temperance in reverse. He's letting his emotions and ego go a little bit unchecked, and it's kind of jading his his current vision of himself, which is weird because I usually think like he's an Aries, so like, and the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay. I've just got to tell you what I see. Somebody is setting up Mr. Farage, but Mr. Farage thinks he is onto them, so he's trying to play games. Now, the Five of Swords and the Devil, this could be something to do with his personal life. This could be something to do with what's happened with the banks last year, and there might be something more going on with that. However, he's up against it. He really is, with the devil above him. I mean, he's possibly the most aggrieved man in British politics, but there are actively people going after him, like fifth columners type thing. He thinks he's like, haha, he thinks he's got the cards marked. But I think there's a little bit of ego, which is all right because he's an Aries. You know, it's a very kind of like thing. I think he's a good politician, but at the end of the day, he's like be able to read people. But I don't think he's quite with all together of what he is up against. I think there's something going on in his personal life. Oh, okay. I wonder if he's having a Saturn return or something in his chart. I think there's definitely something going on in Nigel's personal life. But beyond that, I do think there is something else going on with regards to who he thinks he's up against. And he thinks he's playing them a good game. But when you've got the devil over you, that position, it's who he's dealing with. It's external to him. You can see the energy he has got around him, and that's not good for anyone. What he wants to do is be a bit of the man of the people, show some benevolence around the place. We are going to be getting mixed messages coming from Nigel Farage's camp. Is he going to run? Isn't he going to run? There is purposefully some confusion, I feel. And this could be what this is. Is he going to be in with reform? There was talk of him last year going with the Tories. Is he going to do something completely new? He's trying to distract from something. The Nine of Swords is stress. Something else is going on with Mr. Farage, I'm telling you. Six of Swords. Now, this is in reverse, so it's either he doesn't want to move on or it's forced to move on, an unwanted journey. The Nine of Wands, boundaries. So there's a feeling here that he has been somewhat battered. And then we have the High Priestess, that passive energy, that intuition energy. So it means that there is a lot of noise going on from Mr. Farage right at this moment. But when it comes to it, he does have a good antenna, he's good at reading people. He knows when to act and when not to act. And he just needs to get away from this noise and we get back to his antenna. So I think we're going to have a big year for Nigel, but I see it more into the second part of the year, if that makes sense. Like, it's almost like it's going to come out of nowhere. He's got one of these people who just knows when to act, if you know what I mean. Is the devil out for Nigel? Yeah, basically it's somebody who's like a repressive energy on him. Okay, let's do Northern Ireland. Enough of England. Let's do Northern Ireland, and then let's get on to Jane Doe, and then we'll do Prince Andrew. Oh. Let me put these away. We shall do Northern Ireland. So, Michelle O'Neill, right? Michelle O'Neill is technically Northern Ireland do not have a leader at the moment. There's some drama happened over in Stormont last year, but one of the bigger parties of Northern Ireland is Sinn Féin, which are Irish Republicans. So yeah, she attended the King's coronation, which is actually quite good, because you don't need a history lesson off me. Yeah, basically they were the political wing of the IRA. They don't take their seats in the UK Parliament, nope, but they turn up for a coronation for a king, which I find interesting. So she's the figure I find the most interesting, basically because of that very reason. And I also think she's got quite one of the largest majorities, and she's the leader of Sinn Féin in Northern Ireland as well. So she's a Capricorn, so she could come out as the Queen of Pentacles or the Devil card, but not necessarily the Devil card. I try to kind of keep it to sensible things, because we don't want to offend the Capricorns. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Larry is a Libra. Let's have a look at Northern Ireland. 12 cards for Ireland. 1, Queen of Pentacles, straight away, she's there. 2, Temperance, moderation. 3, the Devil in reverse. Okay. 4, inheritance, 5 of swords, 7 of wands, ace of wands. Let me just pull all these cards out. 2 of cups. Ooh. Okay. Queen of cups. Interesting. We have a few things here that we have the Queen of Pentacles. So straight away, you are looking at potentially some news coming up January, March, February time regarding Michelle O'Neill. We have Temperance. So it's going to seem quite like a hopeful time, quite creative time, quite a calm time. And then we have the Devil in reverse. So something is going to kick off in Northern Ireland, sadly. Something is going to be, there are going to be some hostilities. There's going to be something involved. There's going to be a scandal of sorts. It's an inherited scandal. We have the 4 of swords. The 4 of swords is the card of inheritance. It's also the card of rest, or putting things into the church, or time out, or in my case, every reader is different. It's my death card when it's in reverse, but it's not in reverse. But there is going to be something to do with inherited things that are passed down the line. Now, people's political opinions, their personal beliefs, their religion is something that can be inherited. It's pretty normal these days to have it, like, your beliefs passed down the line. The 5 of swords is in reverse. Somebody is going to get shown in Northern Ireland as being disrupted, corrupted, and it's going to surprise and shock a few people. Now, there's a lot of mistrust on either side. Historically, I don't know what it's like now, but historically there's a lot of mistrust on either side, and this is coming into the summer. There is oh my goodness, I worked in Northern Ireland for a bit. I was over there for, I forget, it's June or July, when they have the bonfires. So basically, the loyalists in Ulster have put big bonfires up. And at the top of the bonfire, they put like effigies of the Pope, whatever. So there could be something happening with over in Northern Ireland with that. And do you know what's just come to me? I know we were talking about the Pope dying last night, but this could be something figuratively happening in Northern Ireland. Sometimes visions aren't meaning necessarily something happening to the Pope. It could be something around, something happens around, it's the Battle of the Boyne. I forget what they actually call those things. What do they call it? Battle of the Boyne. And I forget what they call the day. They've got a specific day for it. 7 of wands. There is some heating up, some trouble. There is going to be some issues with people. We have got the ace of wands. I wouldn't be surprised in Northern Ireland if there was something started, some pride started, because we have a separation here. I wouldn't be surprised if there are something like riots or renewed hostilities between the old fractions, as it were, because we have the 6 of wands in reverse as well here. So it's going to be a big year for Northern Ireland that way, I feel. I hope not, but this is what the cards are saying. The Queen of Cups is in reverse. The Queen of Cups is, of course, it can be a water sign woman. It can literally mean, when we're talking about countries, the sea. But this could be a water sign woman who is in Irish politics that I am not aware of. Having a scandal brought about her. I forget what she was called. Is it Arlene Foster? Five of Cups, loss, regrets, and the Hanged Man. It's going to take time. There's going to be some lessons learned this year in Ireland regarding the politicians. I feel like there's going to be some stoking of some old divisions. I don't think this will necessarily come from politicians, though, because from what I see, especially the Republican elements are kind of trying to be more, let past bygones be bygones, in a sense. I mean, turning up. But this is Northern Ireland. This is Northern Ireland. We're going to have a look and see what's happening in the Republic after we get to Wales and Scotland. So I'm going to do Scotland next. That's what I see for Northern Ireland. Let's have a look at Scotland. Now, person of note is Humza Useless in Scotland. It'll be interesting if the Capricorn card comes up for him. No, Capricorn, the Hermit comes up for him, because it would help understand, make sense of Keir Starmer's spread. Let's have a look at Humza Useless. Yeah, it's I think that's going to be part of the Southern Ireland read. So Humza Useless is an Aries, so he could come out as the Emperor. He recently went behind the back of the British government and had a meeting with the Erdogan of Turkey, and apparently talked about Gaza and Palestine and all that stuff. So let's have a look at Scotland. Land of my forefathers. Let's have a look. The Emperor in reverse. Oh, Humza's not going to have a good year. No. The Emperor in reverse. Keep an eye out for something about Humza Useless this coming next few months. I would say this month. There's going to be something about him, and he's not going to like it. He's really not going to like it. No way. So he thinks it's a kind of one-man show. This is all egotism with him. He thinks it's a one-man show, but yeah. Oof. I wonder if he's got himself in a bit of trouble. There's the Hermit in reverse. The Seven of Swords, he is in a fair amount of trouble. The Seven of Swords shows that there has been some espionage. There has been something around him. I bet his bushes move at night. Do you know what I mean? Now we have the Nine of the ninth card, the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit in reverse, it's looking to me like there is a deal with Starmer, but Humza Useless isn't necessarily going to get in on it because there's this negative energy with Starmer because Starmer is in reverse. So they may be talking about it, but will it come to pass? He definitely sees himself as the Emperor rather than just the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. The Foundation, the Four of Wands in reverse. And we have the Lovers. Let's have a look who's a Gemini here. I don't think there's anyone who's a Gemini. It could be Corbyn. Just saying. The Four of Wands. The Foundation. There's something icky at the centre of Scottish politics. Humza really thinks he's that man, that boy. He thinks he's like beyond everyone else. He really, really does. He really, really fancies himself. Sorry if you're a Scottish fan of him. I don't mean to be that one. It's just because he's got the Emperor in reverse and he is not in control of anything. The Hierophant in reverse. He wants to tear things down. There is going to be some issues with tradition and legacy in Scotland. There's maybe something about the universities in Scotland, maybe the NHS, law, all of those big bodies. There's going to be issues with them throughout the year, and it's going to be a real pain in the neck for him. Very foundations of the union, everything like that, that he is going to cause. I don't think he's going to break up the union. I just think he's going to make a fool of himself, because if he was going to do that, the Emperor would be upright because he'd be achieving an objective that he wants to achieve. And then we have Gemini card, the Lovers. And we have the Tower. The Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles, Justice, and Risk. Okay. I think Starmer wants to go it alone. No, Starmer wants to get Humza Useless on side. Humza Useless is going to have a hell of a year. Scotland is going to have a hard year, man. With this Tower card there, I hate to say this, but there's going to be something happens in Scotland, whether it be floods, rain, or something, some natural disaster, which can only be described as an act of God, is going to be happen in Scotland. I don't know what it is, though. I can't necessarily see that. I can just see what the cards present. It could be a massive storm. It could be a flood. It could be a lightning strike. It could be something to do with it. I mean, terrorism, but I don't know, man. It just feels more like an act of God rather than that. The Hanged Man is there, so there's going to be like a learning moment. There's going to be plenty time to sit and reflect after it. Queen of Pentacles, there's some money coming in for that. And I feel like if he tries to start to get another referendum thing going this year, it's going to fail again. He will say this is for justice. There's something coming this year where he comes out and says, I'm doing this justice thing, I'm doing it, but it is a massive risk. Now, this guy is all ego, and that's because the Emperor's in reverse. This guy is all ego, and he's a divisive dude. I wouldn't be surprised. Somehow, Jeremy Corbyn this year, I don't know why, Jeremy Corbyn, something to do with Scotland. I have no idea why I'm saying that. And they're saying that. Gemini on the table. So yeah, Humza Yousaf is going to have a crappy year. So I'm sorry for my Scottish pals if that is, yeah, bad news. But yeah, he's not gonna he's basically gonna be peeing in the wind and making a mess all over himself. He's just no, Scotland, there's gonna be something bad happening in Scotland though this year. Some type of natural disaster, unfortunately. Towards from the summer onwards. So yeah, Scotland, I do send my condolences to if Corbyn arrives in Scotland. That's unfortunate. So let's move on. We're going to Wales. We're going to Welsh Wales. I can't do accents. I'm sorry. Araf, Flo, Borada, Nostar. About it. Crossi Cymraeg. Corbyn, not Corden. James Corden. I know who you meant. I know who you meant. Okay, so let's have a look at Wales. Mark Dripford. He steps down in March. Dear leader, the glorious leader of Wales, Mark Dripford, is leaving. He's a fair, I guess he's at past retirement age. I did read his Wikipedia thing to say he has what do you call it? He has what was it? His wife's just passed last year, I think. So let's do Wales, and we'll do Republic of Ireland. Wales. Waiting for Dripford to go. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So you're all kind of waiting. I guess you're waiting for March, which is understandable. Waiting there with the Hanged Man. Doesn't it feel like a long time since Mark Drakeford's been in charge? We have the High Priestess in reverse. So it's interesting that we have the High Priestess in reverse. It does suggest that there is going to be some stories being released about the people who are in charge of Wales. And you're going to be finding out some things about them that you mightn't know right now. The Four of Cups is there's going to be a listening moment, a receptive moment, if you will. It's going to be a bit of a scandal. I like a bit of scandal. We've got the Lovers there. I wonder if Corbyn's going to do some kind of like tour of all the Celtic countries. I mean, I don't think he's got the sense to go to Northern Ireland. He might go to the Republic though. My goodness. There's a Queen of Pentacles as well. Interesting. We have got the Gemini cards. So this could well be a unifying moment for you, Wales. This could be an intuitive moment. You are the land of bards and pubs. So there's definitely this kind of unifying moment. The Seven of Swords, interesting, because that came out about homes are useless, didn't it? The Queen of Pentacles, I think you're going to get some money spent on you this year. I wonder if this is the government, the British government, trying to make amends, or whoever's in power trying to correct some things, because money has been spent. But then we go into very affected and fighting. So like people are arguing around something. You're going to feel like you have been stabbed in the front and betrayed as well. And you have the Magician in there. Somebody is going to be a fixer for you guys. We have the King of Pentacles and the Tower. Okay. The King of Pentacles is there, and to me, that's, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So there's money, finances. I wonder if, and I know this sounds really wild, but I wonder if they're going to try and reopen some coal mines. I don't know if they're going to try and open coal. Well, are we back to England? Are we back with England? No, I don't see that. But I do see some potential coal mines opening. Wealth. You've got to think, when you're talking about a country, and we have had the Queen of Pentacles turn up and the King of Pentacles, and they are elementally to do with the earth. Now, Wales has got a very kind of green agenda, which I can understand. I wonder if it's something to do with power plants, coal mines, power plants, something. And then you want to kind of, there's this wanting to leave, but you can't. So, sorry, Wales. I think there might be some more nationalism rise up this year, more so than any other year. Mainly to do with Dritford. I think there's going to be dissatisfaction, but people will blame it on, possibly potentially blame it on London rather than Cardiff. The Tower there, again, towards the end of next year, there is going to be some kind of natural disaster. Floods. Interestingly enough, if it floods in Wales, it tends to run off the mountains and flood Gloucestershire. I remember I was in Wales, there was a big, massive flood. You're like, boring. It was a big, massive flood, and it basically flooded like Gloucestershire and all. I forget what year that was. It was 2005, 6, 7, maybe. I had these big floods one summer. But this is right at the end of the year. Hello, Sally love. This is right at the end of the year. So I think they are going to do something with coal mines, potentially something to do with mining or energy, but money making, putting more industry into Wales. But that's not going to be coming up till like summer, end of summer, going into the, I nearly said fall then, going into autumn. 2007 was the floods. I remember I was in Wales then. You get loads of roads flooding. Yeah, I used to live in Powys. And there's a road that you go up to Newtown on. I remember part of that flooding one year. And there's snow. Perhaps they'll open the minds to visitors. Oh, God, no. So long as it isn't funded by the Chinese. we've got the Seven of Swords there. Espionage around here, something. Somebody's keeping an eye on something in Wales. The Magician, you've got this energy coming in, this like fixer. And then you've got like the King of Pentacles. So I think it's going to be a proposition. It's going to be their baby to bring like more energy. It might be something to do with green energy, but it's job creation, bringing something to Wales. It could be mines. It could be something else. It could be wind farms. It could be solar farms. It could be, I don't know, a battery factory. But they're trying to create more. They're trying to create more industry. They're trying to create more jobs. Dripford will be well gone by then. Dripford's gone by here. So let us have a look now. I'll go on to Ireland, and then we are going to do some royal reads, if that's okay with everyone. But we're going to do what you call it? What's it called? So Leo Varadkar is the Prime Minister of Ireland. He is a Capricorn. Leo Varadkar, I can't say it. I'm really ignorant. It's the Varadkar. We'll just call him Leo. He's a Capricorn. That's all we need to know. Leo, that's a Capricorn. That's not going to confuse me, is it? A referendum in March where they want to remove a woman mother from the Constitution. Varadkar. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look. The Ace of Cups is in reverse. Something out of sync here. Now, the cups and the my brain, earth, are feminine. So if you think of a cup being like a woman's womb, and the pentacles round like a pregnant belly, swords and wands are masculine. I don't need to tell you why. I think you figure that out. Got the Hermit again. The Ace of Cups in reverse. There's such thing going too quickly with becoming a secular society. It's almost like people almost feel like they've had their faith and way of being things almost pushed away from them. The Three of Wands in reverse. that is a definite sign that people are not happy with people coming in from overseas. They don't want it. People don't want it. And the Hermit in reverse, well, it's a fool masquerading as an intelligent man who knows everything. Now, this isn't Leo. He's a Capricorn. It could be his energy in one sense of the word. We have the Chariot coming charging, stuff around freedom. I think Ireland's going to be having start of a Four of Wands as well. There is going to be some disruption. Things are going to get like, it's almost like energies they're trying to rein it in and get control of it. There's going to be some type of psyop on the Irish people. They are going to take things from the Irish people. And the Four of Wands in reverse, there is stuff down to the foundations of Irish society. The Queen of Cups is in reverse. People's boundaries. What did they say that they wanted removing from the Constitution? Women. There's something going to happen with women this year. It's going to be disruptive. It's like it's a psyop. The boundaries, they're trying to make things look like everything is just kind of going normally and it's business as usual, but it's not. It will come out a little bit better, a little bit more fortune here towards the end of the year, but it's going to be a difficult year for Irish people. Their concerns is with people coming into their country, the mother country, and we have the Ace of Cups in reverse there. So there's issues there as well with femininity, and we have the Queen of Cups there. Receptivity about motherhood. It's almost like there's a psyop being done on them. I don't see Leo Varadkar in these cards. He's probably not even running the country. He's probably just a puppet. The Page of Wands is in reverse. There is going to be some hostile problems and fighting towards the end of the year, from the middle of the year onwards. There's going to be some upset. You guys are going to feel quite tied in and stuck. Then frustrations are going to boil over. It's going to be younger people that do it. There was a fool in charge, masquerading as a clever man. Yeah, I mean, all countries across the world are run by fifth columns, basically. But I think I think Ireland's got someone who is like more of an empty vessel than anyone else, to be honest. Now, I didn't know what to expect coming into it. I don't know too much about this guy, but this guy is hollow. And he's not going to stick up for the Irish people either. They're going to do a psyop of them in 2024. They're not content with they want to modernize everything. And it's including how the normal Irish people believe and how they practice their lives. And it's going too quickly for some. They're wanting it to happen in weeks rather than decades or years. It's got to happen quickly. And I think this is why they're getting a lot of immigrants in. So there we go. That is Ireland. To be honest, I know there's going to be trouble in Wales and Scotland. I mean, there's going to be all kinds of trouble in England, don't get me wrong. But for Ireland, it's a small country. That's going to take a lot of, it's going to take a lot out of the Irish people. It's probably completely I think the rest of Ireland feels a little bit disenfranchised with Dublin. And we know what that's like. Even like everyone thinks, oh, England, London, and all of England loves London, and it's no. No, there's quite a lot of people who don't like London. Not as the city itself, but rather as what it represents, as being like, it seems a very distant world from the rest of the country. So let us refresh some cards. 2 seconds. I'm just gonna shout of somebody to come. 2 seconds. Just gonna get the waiter. Thank you. Right. Will dump the offspring like she did a long-time friend who's looking bad for base. Let us have a look at we're going to start off with, thank you, on the iron brew. That was terrible, I know.
Really. You can barely do a Geordie accent. Stop doing the rest.
Go away. So, yeah, London's yeah. Okay, so we're going into slightly Mr. Noldy must be on the mend. Yeah, he's just had a bottle of Lucozade thrown off him. Oh, I have tried. Okay, so we're going to look into Jane Doe 107, see who she is. Now, she is not a resident of the USA. No, apparently she's overseas. There's no way to treat him. If I feel really run down today, if he's giving me the man flu, which will be the full-on plague if I have it, it will be Jane Doe 107, Priyanka Chopra. Do we know Priyanka Chopra's star sign? Let's have a look. Let's see. Who is Jane Doe 107? Cancer. Okay, so she would be Queen of Cups. We have the Hermit in reverse. We have the Moon. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the card of Virgo, we have Pisces, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Unfortunately, the Wheel of Fortune's on a boat here. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Priyanka Chopra is a Cancer. My support in Scotland, always support Scotland. I don't think it's Meghan. Whoever they are is a complete lunatic, though. It's stupid. Somebody's a fixer. That's how she got into it. He was a fixer for her. 5 of Swords, regrets. 10. Happy ever after. Queen of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. She's a complete lunatic. Now, if I was thinking it was Fergie, this is why I'm checking, because we've got a Pisces card, and the Pisces is Uncle Andrew, isn't it? A fixer and happy ever after led me to start to think it is Fergie. But then the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles is that party, good time, slightly intuitive girl. I think how Fergie wants to be seen, but her energetic signature, whether you like her or not, is the Queen of Swords because she's a Libra. So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is money issues. This was a good time girl. A fun time girl who doesn't mind leaving into that. This lady is, I was a bit worried because I thought it was Fergie. It's not Fergie. This lady is probably somebody we don't necessarily know the name of. And if she's worried about her security in her country, then she's either in a more religiously conservative country, And I know you're not going to believe this, but Ukraine and Russia seem to be a little bit more, Eastern Europe seems to be a little bit more religious than Western Europe, put it that way. And then you've got like all of the Arab world and some parts of Africa as well. So she does seem to like a drink. So I'm going to go with more Eastern Europe. Could be Africa, though. I mean, they like a drink too, but somebody who really likes a drink. I don't think, I mean, if she's from the Middle East, if it's the Middle East, then I could guess that they really wouldn't want their name in there. But Queen Rania, no, I don't get that vibe. I don't think I think she's like very sure of who she is, what she wants, where she wants to go. I think she's surrounded by enough money to make Epstein basically not an interest to her, if you know what I mean. They're gay, yeah, and because like people think the royal family are all powerful and immensely wealthy. Well, they are, but they don't. The individual royals don't have. So is she saying she's a victim? She's trying to make out like he was a fixer. She regrets being around him. The Virgo in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, sorry, that is to me seems like very stupid decisions. The Moon is like she would put it down to acting out of character and and it was just fate and it was just unlucky that their paths crossed. He was basically there as a fixer. She regrets it. She's now married with kids. But it was money. It was money because we've got Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It was money, and she regrets that money now because the money's brought her nothing but unhappiness. But she wants to be the queen of, yeah. She's still alive, but she doesn't want anything to do with any of it. She's quite a bit of a party girl, though. Because it's Uncle Andrew, we're going to use the Harry cards. He's got the same kind of vibe, Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew is a Pisces. Stop trying to make him Aquarian. It's not going to happen on this channel. You're going to have to cope with Prince Andrew being a Pisces. Did you see the article about I put it up on the community section last night, and it was about the scientist dude that was in a wheelchair. He's dead now. Oh my, do you know when your brain just goes bloop? Why am I thinking Madonna party girl? Madonna, I think her name's already out there. What's he called? It's not Brian Cox. What's he called? Stephen Hawkins. Thank you, guys. Hawkins, yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't expect that kind of story to come out. I mean, in the article, he is telling Ghislaine to deny that Stephen Hawkins took part in an orgy. So let's see how Prince Andrew's doing. Somewhat rehabilitated himself in the royal family. Even gets the ex invite to Sandringham. Oh, Andrew's doing so well. You absolute muppet. Yeah, it did. I get that, Catherine. I really do. Don't worry, guys. 2024 is going to be Andrew's year. What a numpty, man. I'm doing the honourable thing. Tracks down the back. Yes. Yeah, I don't believe the Hawkins story. I mean, bless him. Let's see how Andrew's doing. Oh, okay. So Andrew is rationalizing this as almost like it's falling on his sword for valor. Andrew is seeing this in some type of way. He really is. He's seeing this as a fall from grace, valor stolen from him. But he was in the army. No, he wasn't. He was in the Navy or the Air Force. I can't remember. One of them. Helicopters. Yeah. So basically, he has fallen from grace. He's not taking today very well. He's not. How dare you not honor the fact? Yeah. The sun in reverse crossing over. Ten of Swords in reverse above, and underneath the Hierophant in reverse. I think that Frogsit move, he is going to get yeeted from Royal Lodge quite quickly. I did say it was coming. I did foresee it. I thought it was going to be more towards the end of 2023, but I think 2024 is going to be the year that Prince Andrew has to pack up and move. The Hierophant in reverse. I don't think he's got. I don't think there's the support there from the men in grey suits, from the king, from the royal family, from institutions, legal institutions, any institution. There isn't any support there for him. I feel like he's been building up like this kind of to try to rehabilitate himself gently, gently, gently. But all of this has done is just get rid of it. The sun in reverse, he might have had some news about another grandchild on the way, or there may have been discussed another grandchild coming in for 2024. And that is, even that's not sitting quite well with him. He feels like he's been stabbed in the front. He really does. He was really sweating. He was very anxious about this coming out. Very anxious, sweating buckets. King of Swords. I think he's got that lawyer. Boundaries crossed over and hurt. Interesting. I wonder if there has been a conversation with Prince Andrew that there has been some boundaries taken too far and maybe he has crossed too many boundaries with the royal family, with the king, gone too far beyond the pale with this. I think there is a hurt here. I don't necessarily think, with that being said, and a boundaries violation, I don't think the royal family are aware of all of the allegations that were in those sealed papers. He is thinking about inheritance and outside of the royal family. Look, they're not going to send him on his merry way and boot him out and say, we've rented you a house on this rainy Cumbrian village. You've got to live out the rest of your days up in Cumbria, away from all of your home comforts and horses and whatnot you've got. I don't think they're going to do that, but he's definitely going to be on the outside. He is trying to muster something with regarding a defense, shall we say. So I think if there are articles in the newspapers, articles online, everything like that, I feel like he is going to try and get some things removed. I think he's learned something off his dumb prince nephew. That way, he is hurt. He is beyond hurt. He is mortified by all this. It's embarrassing for him. It's a fall from grace. It feels like he's been stabbed in the front. And the worst thing, the institutions are just like, mate, you're on your own. Bye. The 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. Now, the 10 of Pentacles, when it's upright, it's a rich family, a wealthy family, a protected family. When it is in reverse, you are outside of that family. He's banking on his inheritance, who he is, where he was born in proximity to the crown. He's Queen Elizabeth's second son, blah, 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 blah. All of that stuff. He's banking on that. He's hoping that somebody goes, oh, it's Lizzie's favorite son. But no one's going to do that. He is trying with that King of Swords. He is trying to, with that King of Swords, to get something, to kind of get some leverage. Let's see how the king is dealing with all of this. Because we can already see from Andrew's cards that, well, it's not necessarily a great thing. Let me just grab some of these. I've got piles of cards here. 2 seconds, guys. Right, let's have a look at the king. How's the king feeling about Prince Andrew? Nine of Coins. The Nine of Coins is typically a woman standing alone, very affluent, very in their thoughts, very generous, very gracious. So the king is possibly alone in his thoughts about this right at this moment in time. Page of Swords crossing over. There's maliciousness, there's gossip, there's cold, hard facts as well. And these cold, hard facts are being weaponized in the light of day. And it's coming from upstarts. It's coming from all kinds of angles. And the king is very aware not to act too quickly on these things. The World in reverse and the Two of Swords. He's going to be forced to make a decision. The World in reverse, he knows Andrew's toast. Andrew can't see that he's toast, but the king can. He knows Andrew's toast. He knows Andrew can't be rehabilitated and go out into the world. He knows there's too much damage that's been done, and the king has had his hand forced with all of this. Temperance in reverse. Now, Andrew has probably been doing a number on the king, pretty much like he did with Queen Elizabeth. He has been telling the king, oh no, it wasn't me. I haven't done anything. I am just an innocent little Andrew, a bit of a cad, you know, but nothing bad. And then this has dropped. And I really feel like the king not purposely turned a blind eye to it, but he trusts his brother to an extent, but that extent has rapidly decreased. Judgment. I don't think he actually likes him, you know. Nine of Cups. Wow. He doesn't like him. He can't walk away. He can't just let him go back onto the public stage. I actually think the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, like, King Charles doesn't like Andrew that much. Bye. Oh, the Eight of Cups. Andrew's not wanting to go away without a fight. So, yeah, the Emperor in reverse. And the Three of Swords. So I wonder if there's something going to come out about Andrew that is going to cause more hurt. I feel like towards the end of this year, we're going to have something with Andrew. He's going to be definitely more on the outside. I don't know if he's going to do something stupid like another interview, but we have got the Judgment card coming up. So I'm surprised. King Charles really doesn't like him. He really doesn't like him. Temperance there, Judgment. Yeah. Sandwich between Temperance and Judgment. So his hand's been forced. Andrew's basically effectively lied to him. Now, if King Charles feels this way about Andrew, I wonder what he feels about the Harkles, because I mean the Harkles have done a lot more damage than Andrew. You say, oh well, never mind, bye, and get just out of the he's given him every opportunity. Oh, come to Sandringham, it'll be fine. I'm such a lovely king. Oh, all of this has happened. The king is such a little shit. So you really Judgment. He's going to have to make a judgment call. I don't think we're going to see Andrew much at all. We might see him moping around on a pony in Windsor Estate. But all of those plans and everything are going to get scratched off. Interesting. Very interesting. He really doesn't like them. I don't know why I didn't pick that up before. I think, you know, it's difficult with doing all these readings. One of the things we don't spend a lot of time on is maybe Andrew and Prince King Charles's relationship. Maybe we should have a look at all the royal relationships. He really doesn't like him. I think he's on the outside of the family, however that happens. Now, the natural progression, and I think they're still in the same prediction time frame. I think that Frogsit will happen, and we will get Royal Lodge exit, whatever it is. We're going to get that as well. It's a comment. Now, I think he's going to solve the riddle of all of this year. We are going to find out what the king is going to do with the Harkles, and he's just giving them enough rope to hang themselves again and again and again and again. And the Harkles are at the point where they're actually hanging and they're still writhing around, and they don't know they're just meant to stop writhing. Yeah. So what's this question we've had about Mademoiselle Beige? What's she called? Fergie must be furious. Fergie's probably been lied to as well, you know. I've never done anything. Ledge exit. The rumor is that Edward and Sophie are divorcing. What? What? I doubt it. I very much doubt it. No, they're not. Do you see them walking at... Edward was madly in love with Diana. Do you know, with all of the reads I have done on the royal family, I have never, not ever even got an inkling of that. I don't think all of the world was madly in love with Diana. Charles certainly wasn't. He's more likely to be a little bit as Mickey Tinker says, but not necessarily. No, they're not going to divorce. It depends. If somebody says it, then a lot of people tend to repeat it. I'm just telling you what I feel. Is Harry in rehab? No, I don't think they're going to divorce. Megsy. Let's start with Megsy. Is Harry in a conservatorship? Who by, though? Who's in charge of the conservatorship? If it's Megsy, he's buggered. He'd probably gladly let Megsy do that to him. I don't think Megsy needs to do that to him. And imagine the scandal if the king was deemed to put him into a conservatorship. I mean, that it'd be all over the place. You kidding? Megsy would be all on about that. Nah. Sophie and Edward, no. Do I think Edward's not in the best of health? Yeah. Do I think it's something related to the death of his mother? Possibly. And his father in a short space of time? Probably. Do I think it's anything to do with Sophie and Edward? No. Let's have a look how let's have a look at Megsy. Megsy. She wants to use her HRH titles again, the rumour is. So does Megsy want her HRH title to be used again? What cards do you guys think we're going to get for it? You got to remember there's some people who are just going to say absolute ish about the royal family. Tower, Devil, all the BS cards. Ten of Swords. Yep, now we're farming. Devil in reverse, Tower, Seven of Swords. The Queen said no HRH titles. I know. Devil's Justice. The King of Cups, Seven of Towers. Okay, let's have a look. Megsy wants to use her HRH title. There is a hatred of the Wales family. She is obsessed about the fact that she is further down the pecking order than the Wales's children. Let's put it that way. The fact that they are styled HRH and she isn't. The fact that Fergie can walk along. I mean, Fergie doesn't have an HRH styling, but Fergie can walk along the Sandringham. The fact that Mike Tyndall and Zara can be in with the royal family and she isn't. she is annoyed. Strategy. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a cold, hard strategy. This is jealousy. She wants what she basically can't have. She feels like she is entitled to use her Royal Highness. She wants that. Don't ever think she's not. If she can be introduced as better, than she doesn't have to prove to other people that she is in her mind. You know, she gets off on it. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, the Magician in reverse. They are still doing this weird, wacky, evil kind of magic towards the royal family. They are still going for it. The Magician in reverse, she is going for it now. She is trying to claim her power back. Oppositional defiance disorder. Taking things that aren't necessarily yours to have. So she wants it. Five of Swords. Queen of Pentacles, Catherine. The Empress. King of Wands. Nine of Cups in reverse and the Moon in reverse. This is potentially a plot with her mother, a plot with Darkus Anderson, and sitting around on the patio with the hummingbirds or whatever they do, smoking a doobie, drinking a gallon of Pinot Griggy something. What's it called? That thing. She wants to be seen as this marvelous, accomplished queen. She would have rather have been queen than, well, she would rather have been queen. And I don't think she's going to be unapologetic about that this year. We have the King of Wands surrounding her. Darkus Anderson is still there, blowing smoke up her whatever. The Nine of Cups in reverse. She wants her own party. She wants her own coronation. She is feeling aggrieved that the king's coronation year has went as well as it went. Whose fault is all this? Catherine's. Always Catherine's. And the Moon in reverse. Things are going to get loopy again in the second half of this year. There are going to be some secrets coming out about the Harkles. They can't stop it all the time. The Moon in reverse, it's very... There's this kind of insanity. I wonder if it is Harry. I don't think he's ever been a full shilling. He's never been a full shilling. I'm sure Diana said something along the lines that he was like, he wasn't operating with all the sandwiches in his picnic basket, if you know what I mean. But I feel like he is driven to this point of almost madness here. Her own coronation in a car park in shorts. Yeah. Yeah. She is, yeah. She wants it all. She wants to be queen. She really does. She's doing incantations, doing spells. She's doing something to try and make this happen. She may have cracked out that old vision board again, and she really wants to be queen. She really does. Let me have a look and see. Meg's year. Are we going to have a year of reconciliation? What is 2024 going to hold for Megsy? And then we'll have a look and see what is going to be in store for Harry. And then I'll probably have to shoot. I don't think I'm going to break the 3 hours like the last time, but right, we'll try. Let's have a look. The next 2024, the next 12 months for the Markle. Oh, it's definitely her, yeah. Definitely her, yeah, guys. Definitely. Got the Wheel of Fortune there. She thinks things are on the turn. No. I wonder, you know. There's been a lot of Sussex, Sugars, whatever they are. They seem to be deleting tweets and leaving Twitter in droves. Maybe she wants to calm down her fandom. Maybe she's thinking the bots have gone too far. Maybe WME have thought the bots have gone too far. The Ace of Cups in reverse. This is Diana appropriation. The Ace of Cups is, of course, is divinity and spirit and love and everything like that. When it is in reverse, it can be the card of like MK Ultra, disillusionment, cognitive dissonance. And she's trying to appropriate somebody's personality from the spirit world. So we are going to get her trying to channel Diana. She's wanting to come across as a creative force, a creative endeavor. She's wanting to seem to be very smoothing over things. This is what her vibe she wants to do. So we're going to potentially see a creative, I use the term loosely, project in 2024. However, we've got the Eight of Pentacles coming on in, and this is somebody who doesn't work, who doesn't learn from their failures. And we have the Death card. She's burnt the bridges a bit too far, a bit too much gasoline used on those bridges as well. We are going to get... In 2024, we are going to get, I have the perfect family and everything is absolutely all right. And we live in this amazing beige Montecito Olive Garden mansion, and it's just really great. We're going to get that kind of thing. And we are going to get the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this can be a earth sign woman. This is either going to be Doris, or she is going to come out swinging for Catherine, Princess of Wales. She then has a tower moment. So interesting that Doris may be involved with her in a huge tower moment. So a disaster strikes them. Now, it is not in reverse, so this is nothing she can potentially do about, but she has a rough time on it. The house is falling on her head, and she couldn't have done anything to prevent it. she's had a lot of tower moments the last few years. She's going to be let go from a contract. That's probably WME. That's probably Netflix as well. She's going to try and start a new contract. In fact, I probably think WME's already gone, but it could well be Netflix. The King of Wands comes flooping on in. We don't see any Harry in these cards. She's not at all bothered by Harry. We don't see any children in these cards. The King of Wands is there. This is Darkus Anderson, unless she's got a loan from Uncle Elton, of course, Auntie Elton. But let's have a look at Harry. What's Harry's cards for this coming year? Okay. She's going to get a contract, or basically she's going to pen a poison pen letter or something, and it's going to massively backfire as well in 2024. Legally, something she started as well is going to go really south. So that's towards the end of the year. I wonder if that is something to do with Sam's court case. I think Sam's going to win the court case, you know. Let's have a look at Harry's year. Okay. So straight away we are going to come in with some glory hunting moments. We are going to be hearing something from Harry pretty soon off the bat. He wants to look like he is riding on in glory hunting. Definitely maybe probably in grifters, possibly something to do with military patronage is the first thing we'll hear off Harry. His mother shows up just before Megsy tries to do the appropriation of the mother's his mother's essence. So the Empress has come out. So I'm wondering, will we hear the pitter-patter of surrogates' hooves this year? Are we going to get a moon bump part 3? We'll see what else comes out. Megsy doesn't have anything to do with moon bumps there, but of course Megsy is not necessarily. The King of Coins, he is looking to relaunch himself as this jovial all-round guy who's just like all of the rest of us. He's, feet down on the earth. He's not really particularly royal, guys. He's just normal, and he's unreceptive to some feedback he gets. He is going to have some issues with people overseas. Yep. Totally. I feel like there is going to be more of a fracture in 2024 with the royals than anything else. The 5 of Wands is a lot to do with fighting. It was in Megsy's cards as well, and I feel like they are trying to rein back some of their supporters on X Twitter right now, but they're going to start ramping them up again, and it'll be Harry's hand all over it. The Queen of Swords is in reverse. Something's not going to come good with a court case. Page of Swords in reverse, upright, sorry. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Is he going to fall out with Meg in 2024? Is Megsy and him going to have a big argument? Or is he going to be particularly try and come out to avenge Megsy's reputation and take a hit? But there is Megsy in reverse here on the table. The Queen of Swords, potentially a lawyer type of person who's around him. It could also be Orca or Ellen DeGeneres. The Page of Swords, it's a lot of gossip, a lot of, there is going to be some gossip around them this year. he's going to lose a court case as well. He's going to try something, start something new. Page of Coins underneath, and the Emperor in reverse, leaving the situation. And right towards the end of the year, he is going to be in worse relations with his father than he is right now. The Page of Coins in reverse, this could well be related to the invisible children who I don't believe were born of before anyone started believing that the kids don't exist. I don't believe that. I have my doubts about Lily Bucks, but Archie did arrive at some point. I don't believe Megsy carried that child. I believe it was a surrogate. And yeah. So they give his birth date. He is a Taurus. I don't believe he is a Taurus. I believe that's just the day they gave him as a birth date, because it's the same as Barack Obama or someone like that. I can't remember who, George Clooney possibly as well. So he's wanting to start doing something, but then we have this money drain or something questionable about Archie, and there's a money drain here. So I feel like there is a contract that goes that Harry isn't prepared to lose, because some money's just got. He's thinking he's got this big creative idea, and all of a sudden this contract's gone. Interesting. The Emperor in reverse, they are going to have worse relations with the king. He is going to have worse relations with the king coming into 2025. So that is what I see in the cards tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I haven't made it do over 3 hours, but I need to get a charger thing through here. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me and chilling out with me. Thank you for all the support on the channel as well. I do appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, evenings, whatever you are up to. Behave yourselves. And I will speak to you at some point tomorrow, and probably do a live on Saturday as well. So take care, everybody, and I will see you all in a bit. Bye, everyone. Bye, 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 bye.